Lord.
YouTube fam, what up, what up, what up? We're back with another subscriber first wholesale deal interview. And today, man, I got King Manan. Manana, dude. He's going to jump on. He's going to share with you guys how much he closed his first wholesale deal, man. How much is it?
Matt, it's not the proudest number, but I needed to let it go because that was on a short time frame and it was for around 3,500.
You know what, bro? The first deal, dude, the amount is not important. It's that now that you got the concept down, your belief, your confidence skyrocket, dude. The next thing, dude, is 300 G's and then 3 million, baby.
Definitely.
So, dude, bro, why don't you give everyone like a little intro, kind of a little bit about your background, and then we can get into your first wholesale deal, man, and kind of, how you found the seller, the buyer, and all that, dude.
All right, so a little bit about myself. My name is Manassas Flores. The name's from Egypt. Why King Manassas? Because there's a king in Egypt that his name is Manassas. That's why ever since like middle school they've been saying, "Oh, King Manassas, King Manassas." So I stayed with it. I stuck with it. How I hear about wholesaling? I literally searched it up when I was like a 17-year-old. I searched how to become a millionaire, and it said wholesale to million. I was like, all right, we're doing it.
Let's go, baby.
I was like, I went through it, and I was watching the videos, and I was like, I like to think logically, and I'm like, this all makes sense. Like, even though I'm like a 17-year-old, I'm like, this all makes sense of how to do this because my family is into real estate, like my uncle and all that. So I kind of know a little bit of these things. So when I saw the video, I was like, oh, this all makes sense. Like, this is easy. Like, all we got to do is get out there and do it, you know?
Yep. Got you, bro. Dude, so how old are you now?
Currently, I'm 24.
Okay, so you discovered wholesaling when?
17. And
Damn.
then, man, but I was doing it so wrong. I was doing it so wrong back then. Like, I wasn't even sure what I was doing.
All right, dude. So you discovered wholesaling at 17 by so you found me on YouTube?
On YouTube, how to be a millionaire.
Let's go, baby. 17 and Google want to be a millionaire. Okay, dude. So now, man, when you say that you did it all wrong, what did you do wrong, bro?
Oh man, my script was so bad. My marketing was so bad. I literally, like, all I did, like, I saw that you had to do this, and what I got from it, the thing I did right was I got a bandit sign and put "We buy houses" and I put my phone number. That was like probably the only right thing I did. But I would call random houses like that were like on Zillow's.
Yep.
And even if they were on market or off market, I would call them and I'd be like, I would just get that number and divide it by half. Even if it was like a fully renovated house, I'll just call them like, hey, I'll give you 50%, whatever number that was. And they're like, everyone thought I was joking. And I'm like, you know what? Someone's going to say yes. Someone's going to say yes. And then I wasn't sure what PropStream was. I wasn't sure what, how to skip trace and all that. I was just calling off of Zillow. And then school came around and I was like, man, I got to go back to school and this and that. And I wasn't sure how I can like fit that into my life until like later on. And then I started breaking everything down even shorter. I was like, then it made sense.
Got you, dude. So now, dude, my question to you would be, so 17 wholesaling, man. So how many deals have you done already?
I'm getting a call from Jacksonville. Let me put on hold.
My man is hustling, dude. So how many?
No, I just got back on it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just got back on it because for the past 4 years I've been in the military, and I've been attached to an infantry unit, and we just got back from our last deployment about like less than like 4 months ago.
Got you, bro. Hey,
we just got back. I got separated from my team to do some sort of transitioning program, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a transitioning program, and on the side, I'm gonna do wholesaling. And I just got into that transitioning program like 3 weeks ago.
Got it.
So got right back into for.
Got you, bro. So first off, man, I want to say, dude, thank you so much for your service, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Of course, man.
So,
yeah.
So you did your first deal, and then you stopped.
Right.
And then you recently got back in. When did you got back in, bro?
Recently?
Yep.
Recently get back in, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this for sure, like from here on out, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Have you closed any deals since then?
I got a deal. I got a deal that we sent out the contract.
Yep.
I strongly feel like we might have to like renegotiate a little bit down. But my main priority was I wanted to get it on the contract because I knew if we get it on the contract, then we do what we got to do, and then we renegotiate down. Okay, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
then we got another property that we're still negotiating over in El Paso,
Okay.
but and just some like other leads that need a little bit more time to think about it.
I got you, bro. For every single one of you who watch this, listen to me. Dude, a lot of you are that one hit wonder, man. You do one deal and then you just, for some reason, you just couldn't do another deal for a very long time. And I was in your if you guys can relate, I want you to understand that I was in your shoes. And I didn't know what was going on. Like what is wrong? Did I got lucky? And some of you, dude, you got lucky. All right? You got lucky on your first deal. So my whole thing, dude, is you got to build up your skill set. So what is working for you before, you got to continue doing the same thing. So if driving for dollars got you that first deal, do not think that now you got the money, you're going to do this. Dude, you just continue to do the same thing that got you that same results. All right. If it was from cold calling, continue to cold call. If it was from text blast, continue to do text blast. And you just got to keep on pumping the pipeline, dude. You just got to keep on going. See, a lot of you, what you do is when you take a break, dude, you're going to lose momentum. And I understand that life happens, right? I understand that. But listen to me, man, when your priority, right? Because listen, we all have different priority. And if it's your priority, if it's a must, you guys are going to do it. Dude, and if financial freedom is your priority, dude, you got to keep the momentum going. Like you shouldn't let anything that interfere or interrupt. But anyways, dude, so you just got in about 2 weeks ago. Now let's talk about your first deal, man. So how did you found the seller?
How did I find a seller?
Yeah.
Through cold calling. It was actually like about 7 days into cold calling.
Okay.
So
No, okay, hold on, dude. When you said cold calling, what list did you call?
what list did I call? Let me pull it up. I got all this information.
Dude, and also too, bro, my other question for you is why did you stop?
Why did I stop? Because as soon as we my first deployment, it was like during like peak COVID time.
Ah,
So even we deployed, we had to like stay in our rooms and make sure we were like ready if anything was to pop off.
I see.
So since we were always like in our rooms or kind of like
I got you.
in our general area, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn every little detail about like wholesaling, and I screen recorded the videos and I downloaded all the videos, and I was like, I'm gonna go through all this so like I understand it one by one.
Right.
And I did that, and I was like, all right, as soon as we head back to the states, I'm just like straight to it, and that's what
Gotcha.
happened. I got straight to it, and about a week and a half, I got this lead, and then we started working towards it, and he was pretty motivated to sell. He wanted to get rid of it, and then why I had to stop was because right after you deploy, that unit has to give up a certain amount of people to go do some other sort of like training that has to do like taking care of the base.
Gotcha.
And then I got picked up from my team and I got sent out, and I was like, well, there
I
was
got
nothing
you.
else I could do about that, but like just do what I'm told.
I got you, bro. I got you, dude. Okay, so the first deal came from cold calling. What list? Do you remember what list it came from?
From all the filters.
Yeah.
So it was 5 years. It was ownership about 5 years. Built in 1960 to like 1990.
Okay.
And I put tired landlord,
Okay.
and then there was one more.
Sure, dude. Okay, so
Vacant,
now
vacant, vacant, vacant.
got you. Okay, so vacant tire landlord built in 1960s or older. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
That's right.
Got you. Okay. Now, how did you remember how big was the list? Like, how many phone call did you have to make?
How many phone calls? So picture cold calling for 3 hours a day for 7 days.
Okay.
What was that?
3 hours a day for 7 days. That's 21 hours.
About
Okay.
about
So 21 hours, and you're able to get your first deal.
right.
Okay, got it, man. So let's talk about that property, dude. What was the seller's situation?
the seller situation
Yeah.
was that I mean, it was that the community was coming for him, telling him that the house was looking bad in the neighborhood because there was like pretty houses around, and that was like the only one that was like
Okay.
distressed.
Got it.
So like I'm not sure if it was the court, but I remember we had to go to court for this property. The community was like, "What are you gonna do with the property?" Because it's like it's downgrading everything that's around it because it just looks terrible. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I
And
got you.
he wanted to get that situation back. And I said, "Oh, that's cool. You know, these are the kind of houses that we do work with. You know, properties that we need to like show love to and whatnot." And he was like, "Oh man, now I'm ready."
Got you. Okay. So what's the ARV on the property?
Let me pull it up. I got it all right here.
Good, man. So listen, for those of you who's watching this, here's the website that I use to pull all of my distressed property lists. So it doesn't matter what list it is, right? They do have the number one data when it comes to lists. So I'll put the link in the descriptions or go to dealsformenow.com, but you got to put HTTP. You got to put this in, okay? HTTP. If you put that in, go to dealsformenow.com. That's my affiliate link with prop streams. You get a 7 days free trial with them, but any list you want. Any city, any states. Okay. You found it?
I found what it was sold for. You want exactly what it was sold for?
No, man. I mean, I want to know, like, at that moment, did you remember what's the ARV? What's the rehab cost?
I remember that I knew for sure that the ARV was going to be around 96, 95.
Okay. ARV is not okay. And what do you got under contract for?
I got it under contract for right here. 30 34 pretty sure it was 34,600
Okay. And how did you find the buyer?
through a Facebook group.
Facebook Marketplace or just a Facebook group?
I in a Facebook group. I searched up like the county and everything. Then I put
Got
like
it.
cash buyers, and I just
Okay.
like
Got it.
started blasting it on there.
Got it. Okay. And now walk us through the process, dude. You got the seller under contract. Did you put down how much was the earnest money? Do you remember?
The earnest money was like $10.
$10, dude. $10 makes me holler, baby. All right, bro. So $10 for the earnest money. Every single one of you that watched this, dude, even a 3-year-old can get $10. Okay. All right, dude. Okay, now you found the buyer. What happened after that?
So I found the buyer, and then he just wanted to look into the property because he was like, oh, we buy a lot of properties here, whatever. So then I presented it to him, and then he was like, and this was at the time where I got told, hey, you're gonna be sent to another team, and I was like, man, I have like a month to close this deal. And then I was like, and this was like my first actual deal, so I was like, all right, let's do it, whatever. And then so he gets on, he's like, hey, this is how much we can like offer you. And then I was like, I wasn't much into like the negotiating part, so I just like took the offer and I said, let's go.
You
And then
basically you basically just want to get it done because you're in a time crunch. Lots of
right,
stuff are happening on your end. You're gonna
right,
get deployed, whatnot.
and then I just wrote this. This was like January, and I wrote it on my board. I was like, this year I will close my first wholesale deal. And then I looked at the thing and I was like, let's just close it. Just to get the first one out the way. I mean, it doesn't matter how much I get from it. I just
Right.
want to close the deal.
Got it.
This year.
Got it. Okay. So, did the buyer do the walkthrough on the property, or did he just bought it sight unseen?
No, he did. He sent his people, and he said he had to check out
Okay.
some things, and then because he had to get the pictures to take it to court because they were asking like what we were gonna do with the property, and they wanted to see all the pictures and all the plans, and they wanted to see like a whole PowerPoint of like what was gonna happen and what's going on with the property.
Gotcha. Okay. So, dude. Okay, so how much did okay, so the buyer went in there, they look at the property, he's ready to go. You got under contract for 34K. So he offered you what, 31K? Something like that, right?
Yeah, something around those lines. I'm trying to read all this like it's just they have it in cursive, and I'm not really good at like reading in
Okay,
cursive.
so offer you 31K. How much deposit did the buyer put down?
Deposit, as in for
How, like how much? So you put down an earnest money with the seller, which is $10. My
right,
question to you is how much deposit the buyer put down with you to tie the deal up with you?
nothing.
Okay, so dude,
Tell me,
bro,
Kai. Tell me, Kai.
yeah. So don't make this mistake going forward with any deal. So, dude, with us, we get the buyer to put down at least 5 Gs.
5 Gs.
So, dude, and they got to understand it's a non-refundable. Now, listen, dude, it depends on the deal, right?
Right,
If it's a
right,
smaller deal, they probably don't want to put down five. But what you want to do, dude, is you want to position yourself, making sure that the buyer have a lot of skin in the game. Because, dude, if you assign them the contract, they put $500 down, no money down. Guess what, dude? They can just call you up and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm not interested in it anymore."
right,
Walk away, and guess what, bro? You're out of luck. You got no money. You got nothing. They waste a bunch of your time. It's just a time waster.
right.
Okay. So what you do is you want to have them as much skin in the game as possible. So when they do back out, dude, they need to bleed. They are
Yeah,
gonna bleed, right?
yeah.
Dude, we just had a buyer that back out one of our deal. 5 Gs, boom, in my pocket. So we call the seller up. It's like, hey, listen, one of our partner got into a situation with his wife or whatever, right? So we just kind of make up the story. So he can't move forward.
Right,
But we do have another partner that's going to come in. I just need a little time from you. And what we're going to do is we actually going to, so our price with you is going to stay. But if you can give us another 30 days, we will send you $1,000 on top of whatever the price is. Right now, we'll release the money to you, give you $1,000.
right.
Boom. We bought it. We bought another 30 days, and now we're marking the property again.
That
Like,
makes sense.
do you understand, man? Because like the key here, dude, is when you do not you do not ask the buyer how much they put down. Like I mean, you do not tell them how much they need to put down. Always ask. So, dude, let's just say that you. So, see, this is the little gritty thing that goes inside of the business that majority of us don't talk about because it's a little thing. But, dude,
Right,
it makes a huge difference. So, let's just say that you're the buyer, bro. If you're the buyer, dude, here's what I would say. I would say, okay, so great. So you're ready to move forward. How much non-refundable can you put down? Remember, dude, remember when you're negotiating with anybody, your mom, your dad, doesn't matter, dude. Always ask, never assume, and never be the one who give the price first. Because what if you're thinking, oh, you know what, dude, if you put 2,000 down, but what if the buyer's like, dude, I can put 10,000 down? Dude, I have a buyer that puts 25,000 down, non-refundable, right?
right.
So what I'm telling you is don't assume, don't tell them how much, ask them how much they're willing to because basically they might give you a higher number.
And that's on the
But
assignment, right?
yeah. So no, dude, so this is just a deposit, right?
Okay.
So okay, so okay, bro, hold on. So you got a prop in a contract with the seller. You put $10 as an earnest money deposit, correct?
Right,
So now you found the buyer. The buyer needs to put down a deposit with you, but it's not an earnest money deposit. It's a non-refundable. Like they need to understand it's non-refundable, which means if you walk away, bro, you're gonna lose that money.
right.
Are you ready to go? Right? So it's different from you. You and the seller, it's an earnest money deposit, which means if you back out, you get that money back. But the buyer that signs the agreement with you, if they back out, they lose that money. Make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, good man.
Got it.
Um, okay, dude. So now, what is okay? So what is your strategy now, bro?
My strategy? There
Yep.
is no strategy. It's just call, and call.
Well,
Call till like my phone dies.
yeah, dude. But the thing is that, man, um, you got to have so when I say strategy, it's like, what list are you targeting? Where are you getting the list? Are you
I'm
cold
getting
calling? Are you text messaging? Like that's the strategies.
right. I'm cold calling and
Yep.
also doing SMS blasts because I have like a file.
Good.
I have an account that
Good.
still has like money inside of it, and they're like, "Oh, you can't pull it out or anything." So I was like, I might as well just use it to my best of abilities. I
Okay.
mean, so all the lists that I pull, I send them a message, and I also cold call them
Okay.
because I heard somewhere in the pocket that it's either going to take the text or it's either going to take the cold call. So I was like, I'm gonna try both.
Okay. Good. Okay, man. And what lists are you targeting?
Listed at it's either more than 7 years of ownership,
Okay.
90 from 1960 to 1930
Okay.
or older.
Okay.
Tired landlord, vacant,
Okay. Hold
not
on.
on
Hold
the.
on. Okay. How big is your list?
How big is the list?
Yep.
I pull from like 500 to 800, like a list.
Okay. So, okay. And what is your target market?
Saying,
What is your target market? Like what city? What city?
oh,
What can't like
currently we're in Atlanta, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi. Those are the two main ones right now.
okay, okay, hold on a second. So you're targeting 2 states?
Right.
Okay. And you pull the list from the entire state.
Right. No, the city, the main city, their capital city.
Okay, so okay, hold on, dude. Like a lot of you are confused when it comes to this, dude. You need to narrow in your focus and your target area. Like when you're starting out with a tight budget, I'm telling you, dude, you cannot target the entire states. You cannot target the whole US of A. So you need to narrow in. So okay, dude. So you target the main city of 2 states, correct?
Right.
How big is the population?
Oof. Great question, Carl. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Um,
So okay, so what you guys need to do is one, figure out your target market. Number two is you got to figure out the population. If you have a tight budget, I would say, a city or a county, it needs to be at least 100,000 in population up to 500,000. All right. And then now my next question to you is, dude, what is the target price of these property that you're going after?
they go from like either 250 to 300.
Okay, at least you got that figured out. Good. 250, 300,000. That's a sweet spot, dude. So typically that's kind of similar to my market. So my average assignment fee, dude, is between 20 to 25 G's. So I'm telling you right now, okay, bro, if you get a prop and a contract, dude, typically that's your average assignment fee, bro. So all you need to do is, dude, is one deal a month. 25 20,000 a pop, one times a month, 240 G's a year, bro.
And then
Easy.
still, and then
Easy.
still.
Okay, dude. So, man, let's wrap this up. So, from everything that you have done, well, and you said that you mentioned that obviously things that you shouldn't do and did it all wrong. What are some things that you can give, man, back to the people, dude? Just basically give them like a shortcut or cut down their learning curve.
Not a learning curve, but I've been thinking about this recently because I read an essay of this, and I recently saw a video on it that just
Okay.
popped on my phone. It talks about the black and the white, the color, right? Like I'm saying, white is success, black is like failure, and then there's that gray spot, and this is where everyone like gives up. So you got to learn to swim in that gray spot. You need to learn to go through that gray spot and then have a gray day, and be like, one day I will be in that white spot. You got to learn to get through those gray days to get to the white. A lot of people quit during the gray. You got to make sure you're not one of those. You know what I mean? That's if you want to make it. Or, you know what I mean? The world needs plumbers. The world needs
Yep.
people to be at the cashiers. The world needs people to sit at the escrow desk, while there's other people making out here making like $100,000 transactions. You can either go to the black side or to the white side, or learn how to swim in the gray.
Love it, man. Dude, love it, dude. So now how can people connect with you, dude?
King Manassas on Instagram. We'll do that one.
All right, sounds good. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time to jump on
Yeah, Hong Kong.
and do this with me, dude. I
It's my
appreciate you,
pleasure,
bro.
Kong.
Hey, what's the catchphrase?
Hey, let's
What?
go get this money, Kong.
Okay. Later, dude. So you guys listen to me, man. For those of you who are starting out, who are new into the game, I want you to really understand this. All right. It's very, very simple. All right. You only got two options, two choices that you need to make in 2023. Number one is to get rich. The other one, dude, is to be a little bitch and work at a job. That's your option. So, which means when you wake up every single morning, dude, you go into the job that you don't like, working with people that you don't like, dude, that should freaking motivate you to get out of bed and do what you got to do. And you know, the whole gray spot, dude, is that successful people, dude, it's not about doing things that you want to do on the day that you want to do it. That's easy. That's mediocre, average. Successful people is the people that's willing to do what it takes, and they're willing to do things that they don't want to do on the day that they don't feel like it or don't want to do it. But they get the F up, they go make it happen, and that's how they get that money. Period. So, anyways, you guys, I created a free training. For those of you who's like new into the game, you don't know where to start, just go to WTMclass.com. It's a free training that I created just for you to help you get started. But once again, dude, knowledge without execution is worthless. I give you all the freebies, but you got to go implement. Make it happen, baby. Dude, it's 2023. Let's go. This is either your year, dude, or you're going to stay at a little bitch. I mean, it's exactly how it is. I'll take a couple of questions, and then we're going to call this a wrap. I heard it's hard to become rich, but let me tell you right now, it's hard being poor depending on the job living. Yeah, listen, for those of you who don't understand, you know, I started out living in a little shed behind a mobile home park. My first couple of years, dude, it was a struggle. It was so hard, dude. I don't understand how people can just live paycheck to paycheck and be okay with it until they're 65. I really don't understand. We all started from the bottom, but you got to grind. You got to make the sacrifices. Dude, there's never something for nothing. I just don't understand those of you who's out there buying all the luxury, you know, living in a nice house, buying all the nice car, designer clothes, and you're willing to sacrifice that to look rich and be stuck at the job and work like a little bitch. Like, I just don't get that. So the wife and I, our first few years, let me tell you, everybody say, Kong, I want to be successful. Let me tell you what it takes to be successful. And you need to sit down, lock yourself in a room, and ask yourself the question is, are you willing to pay the price, make the sacrifice to make it to the top? Because it ain't easy. Let me tell you the price that I have to pay. You pay whatever price that you feel like paying. But here's what I have to pay. 18, I was living in a shed behind a mobile home park when everybody else was living in a nice apartment. By the time I was 20-something, making six-figure a year, still living in a shed behind a mobile home park, driving a 1997 Honda Accord. All the money I made was reinvested back into my self-education and back into my business. Got into real estate, didn't travel, did not fly first class, did not buy nice cars and drive, bought a new car. It was a Honda Accord 2006. Because the wife and I, dude, our goal was not to look rich. Our goal was to get rich. And then, dude, you can look whatever the F you want, dude. You buy whatever the F you want. I'm not into diamonds. The wife is into diamonds. So she has a lot of diamonds. I'm a car guy. So just bought a baby Rari. My next one is going to be a McLaren GT. But you see, it's discipline. Dude, it's so easy for me to go get a McLaren, a Lambo right now. Not a problem. But throughout my whole entire life, I understand that what got me here was all the discipline, the sacrifices, the choices that I made. So I'm delaying instant gratification. I'm waiting until I can make $500K a month. That's when I'm going to go buy my next supercar. So my whole thing is I always think about how much I'm bringing in versus how much it's going out. So for me, it's like when I decided to buy the Ferrari, I want to make sure that I can make that the price of the car in a month. That's when I know that I'm ready. And it's not just that, dude. I think you got to stack at least $1.5 million in the bank. You got to make as much as what the car is worth in a month and consistently, not getting lucky, consistently. That's when I feel like that you're ready. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate you guys. For those of you who's on the live with me, thank you so much. Comment down below and let me know how many questions or what other question you guys have. How much do you earn a month now? Paul, right around 350. Right around 350, man. But it took me, dude, it took me a long, long time. All right. And what I'm doing now is just helping you guys cut down the learning curve and make it so it gets you from here to here. It's a lot shorter. But here's something I want all of you to really understand this. And when you do understand this, you guys are going to start taking action today instead of procrastinating. And that is, when they say that success happen overnight, dude, typically what that is, dude, is that it's a 10-year increment. So there's a saying that it takes 10 years for an overnight success, going from zero to like a multimillionaire. Takes 10 years. So whatever age that you're at right now, just give yourself that 10 years. Because a lot of people that said, oh yeah, I made $1 million, but dude, the $1 million is just not enough for you to go out there, buy the mansion and buy the nice car. Because you're going to have 30 to 40% of that going to tax. All right. Money goes back into your business. You really don't have enough just to go spend an extravagant vacation, flying first class and doing all this thing that you think when you make $1 million that you can do. It's just not. That's when you become a multi-millionaire. So to me, man, you got to make at least 5 to 10 million a year to be able to have supercar, living in a mansion, etc. That's just me. Anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. Until next time, take care, and